Samma Sambuddhassa Mano Pubbangama Dhamma Mano Setta Manomaya Manasache Paduttena Bhasati Va Karoti Va Tato Nam Dukkha Manveti Chakkang Vavahatu Padam. Welcome to the Dhammapada program. What I just recited is the first of 423 verses of the Dhammapada. It is in the first of 26 chapters called Yamaka. Yamaka means twin verses or a pair. This is so named because it consists of 10 pairs of parallel verses. This whole chapter presents pairs of possibilities for human conducts, each leading to a different kind of destiny. The very first stanzas briefly present the ethico-philosophical system of the Buddha. Let's try to understand the meaning of these first verses. Mano Pubbangama Dhamma Mano Setta Manomaya Manasache Paduttena Bhasitiva Karotiva Tato Nam Dukkha Manveti Chakkang Vahatu Padam. Mind is the forerunner of all mental states. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If a person speaks or acts with wicked mind, because of that, suffering follows him, like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. This is the commonly quoted translation. If we can explain it more easier way, we can say that our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Suffering follows an evil thought as the wheels of a bullock cart follows the bull. The story, there is a nice story related to this, which is almost 2,600 years old. One day, a monk named Chakkupala, who was blind, came to pay respect to the Buddha at the Gatha monastery, of course in India. In the evening, in the dark, while he was silently pacing up and down in meditation, he accidentally stepped on some insects. In the morning, some monks noticed the dead insects. They misunderstood that it was the act of Reverend Chakkupala, and the matter was reported to the Buddha. The Buddha explained that being an arahant, an enlightened one, this monk Chakkupala had no whatsoever intention of killing, and he was not guilty of committing an akusala kamma, unwholesome act. The monks asked the Buddha the reason for his blindness. The Buddha revealed karma and karmic effects of his previous life. Reverend Chakkupala had been a physician, a medical doctor, in one of his previous births. Once, he had intentionally made a woman patient blind. This doctor cured her at first, but she broke her promises and cheated the doctor. The doctor knew that she was deceiving him. So in order to take revenge, he gave her another lotion which made her totally blind. As a result of this evil karma, sinful action, this doctor lost his eyesight many times in his previous births. Now, what do we mean by mano ubbangama dhamma? The mind is the forerunner of every action and thought. Dhamma is a special term that provides many meanings. It means nature, doctrine, religion, mental states, natural phenomena, cosmic law, scriptures, truths, and moral philosophy, etc. Here it is used in the sense of karmic law, which denotes or stands for volition or chetana in Pali, and other accompanying mental states found in many particular moral or immoral type of consciousness. Dhamma, explained in this verse, is related to evil mental states. Without a mind or volition or consciousness, no such mental state arises. Therefore, mind is the forerunner of all good and bad mental states. Chetana or volition plays a major role in all mental states. The Buddha has categorically explained this. O monks, I declare that Chetana, volition, is Kamma. Chetanaham bhikkhave kammam vadami. The Buddha said, that's in Pali language. It is the principal element of performing deeds. Mind rules and shapes our actions. The Dhammapada Katha gives a fourfold meaning of the term Dhamma. Guna Dhamma, good conduct. Desana Dhamma, preaching or moral instruction. Pariyatti Dhamma, ninefold collection of Buddhist scriptures. Nisattha or Nijiva Dhamma, cosmic law, non-animistic. Dhamma or Dharma in Sanskrit can be translated as the teachings of the Buddha. Dhamma literally means what supports or is the basis. Dhar means to bear or to hold. In other words, sense experience. This experience is the basis of all existence. Dhamma is the experience that supports everything else. Mano setta mano maya means that mind is the chief of all mental properties or mental adjuncts. In Pali it is called cetasikas. All the mental states are mind-made, manomaya, mind-made. And without mind or any mental state arises, mind is the most dominant. It is the cause of the other three mental phenomena, occurrences. They are namely feeling, vedana, perception, sanya, and mental formation, sankhara. These three have mind or consciousness, vijnana, as their forerunner. Because although they arise simultaneously with mind, they cannot arise if mind does not arise. Manasache paduttena, it means the unclean and polluted mind, wicked mind. Normally, original mind of a baby is pure and unpolluted, but with the passage of time, mind would be spoiled by minor strains, impurities, and defilements. If a person talks with a wicked mind, tells lies, practices malicious speech, uses harsh words, and engages in babble talks, thereby he or she accumulates malicious kammas and unwholesome energies, akusala sakti in Pali, which decides his or her destiny of suffering. If one does deeds with a polluted mind, one gathers unwholesome or akusala energies. It is these unwholesome energies which run after our lives in various births and produce heinous results. The person who is full of sinful energies would be reborn in human kingdom with a suffering nature, or in a darker world, or reborn in fourfold awful states called hells, four unhappy or awful states. There are four: niraya or niraya, purgatory; tirachana yoni, rebirth as an animal; petti visaya or peta yoni, rebirth as a ghost; and asura yoni, as a titan, a world of mythological beings. To take his rebirth in asura yoni is considered as one of the four unhappy rebirths or evil fates after death. Therefore, what we have to understand from this Chakkupala story related to the first Pali verse of the Dhammapada is that our volition, or cetana in Pali language, would directly decide our future destiny. it may be happy world or woeful state. So, the most important part of our life should be the safeguarding of our volition for future happiness. This explicitly shows the inevitable effects of evil and good karmas respectively. The next verse, number 2. Mano pubbangama dhamma mano settha manomaya manasache pasannena bhasativa karotiva tato nam sukha manveti chayava anapayini. There's only one part is different. Manasache pasannena bhasativa karotiva. Mind is the forerunner of all mental states. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If a person speaks or acts with pure mind, previously it was with polluted mind, here is a pasannena, manasache pasannena, with pure mind. A person speaks or acts with pure mind, pasannena. Because of that, happiness follows him, even as one's shadow that never leaves. There was a young person, Matta Kundali. His father was very stingy and never gave anything in charity. Even the gold ornaments for his own son were made by himself to save payment for workmanship. When his son was suffering from jaundice, Pandu Rogo Ipali, he did not consult a doctor. Then Mattya Kundali, his son and boy, was about to die and was taken to the veranda so that people coming to his house would not see his possessions. The Buddha saw the condition of Mattya Kundali through his Karuna Samapatti, a meditation of compassion. Karuna Samapatti in Pali, a meditation of compassion. The Buddha stood near the door of Mattya Kundali, who was about to die, and sent forth a ray of light to take the attention of this dying youth. Mattya Kundali, this dying young boy, was happy and passed away with devotion to the Buddha. He was reborn in a heavenly world called Thavatimsa. From his celestial world, Mattya Kundali saw his father was mourning over him at the cemetery and appeared before him and advised his father, "Father, you visit the Buddha of alms foot. Be faithful and listen to the Dhamma." After that, this advice from his dead son, Mattya Kundali's father, practiced as he was advised by his son. and donated most of his wealth to the Buddhist Bhikkhu order and realized the value of following the Dhamma, the spiritual life. What do we mean by manasache pasannena? First it was aduttena. Now here it polluted mind. Now here is manasache pasannena, means with pure mind. If a person talks with pure mind, he talks of good things, never tells lies. And his words are so helpful for himself and others. If a person acts with his pure mind, he engages in good actions and never practice killings, stealings, sexual misconduct, or any harmful action for himself and others. He is free from desire or covetousness or any harmful action to a certain extent, and he abstains from nastiness, avyapada, and engages in non-violence, ahimsa. Therefore, it is clear that we all have two types of hearts. Pure heart, pure mind, and impure heart, impure mind. As explained in Zen Buddhism, the pure heart or pleasant mind gives us happiness from morning to later in the evening, whereas the impure heart or unpleasant mind provides us suffering in every minute. It would lead us to hell-like mental situation. That impure heart is heading to woeful states after death. Tato nam sukha man veti chayava anapayini. The happiness of good actions and thoughts follows the person like a shadow which never leaves his body. The Pali commentary explains, Chaya nama sarira patibaddha. Shadow means that it is bound to our physical body. Sarire gacchanti gacchati. When the body goes, it goes. Titthante titthati. When the body stays, it stays. Nisidante nisidati. When the body sits down, it also sits down. So separation is not to be expected. Our merits and meritorious energies are like that. They accompany with our samsaric journey, long journey, samsara, birth, death, birth, death. We travel millions of years. And in this long journey, all these good accompany with our samsaric journey. In the unending cycle of our recurrent births and death, may you all be well and happy.